Okay, so here's how we go about preparing ourselves for a cold shower, because the approach is quite important. But the paradox is that you don't want to overthink the approach, because then you just kind of add more weight and more gravity to the fear that you already have. So there'll be more anticipation that gets in the way and that trips you up like a hurdle. So we want as few hurdles as possible, because it's actually very simple what we need to do. We just need to stand under the water. We need to stand under the shower head and just unrelentingly flick that switch from a lukewarm or hot temperature. So we're not going to get in the cold shower freezing cold from the get-go. We're going to get into the shower with some warm temperature water, and then we're going to become comfortable. And once we've had a wash and we're at ease, then we're not going to overthink anything. We're just going to flick it. So you can see that I've got the window open. The reason I've got the window open is because in a cold environment, you're going to be able to give yourself like a barometer of how much this warmed you up, because this is going to warm your body up. The cold water will warm your body up. I'll reiterate, because it burns the brown tissue in the skin and just under the skin in the subdermal layers. So that stuff gets triggered and burnt to keep the body warm, because it's obviously been shocked and the body is suddenly unaware. Where has this cold come from? Shit. Thermogenesis. So you're going to step out of the cold shower into the cold air, and the cold air is going to be warm because you just generated your own internal heat. Okay. One other thing that you're going to notice will happen is that your neurotransmitters will become boosted. So what I mean by that is your dopamine and your norepinephrine especially. So basically you're going to be more aware and more happy of the finer details around you once you've come out of the cold shower. You're going to feel more relaxed as well, hence the norepinephrine. And it's been shown to actually increase them by between the range of 1 to 400%. So it's remarkable. It's actually unparalleled by any other holistic health practice that we can do for ourselves at home without any extra effort or any extra apparatus. We all have a shower. We all have the facility of cold water. So, right, let's just go for it. I haven't actually had a cold shower myself for a while because I was showing some COVID-19 symptoms. And what can happen is, because the cold shower actually is causing a flight response in our body, it's hormetic. Hormesis being the process of beneficial stress that we adapt and grow stronger through. But it does become momentarily weaker. So just like when you build muscle, you break the fibre, the fibre becomes broken and damaged, and then the fibre grows back again but larger. So this is exactly what's going on with our immune system when we take the cold showers. So without further ado, let me just show you what it looks like. I'm not actually going to wash, I'm not going to get soapy or anything. I'm just going to show you, especially Daisy, because I know you've asked me. Just going to show you how I do it. Obviously, I don't really shower with my boxer shorts on. Okay. So what we're really trying to employ here is Zen. In other words, complete acceptance for the now, however it may be. We're going to completely suspend our opinions, and we're going to surrender to the experience and to the shock, because we know why we're doing it, okay? And when we know why we're doing it, we can get through the process without backing away, because we have reasoning, we have a drive, we have a magnetism drawing us out the other end from the beginning through the endurance of whatever it was, whether it was comfortable or not, whether it was enjoyable or not. We just have to exercise this ability to withstand stress and hardship and adversity. And this is the opportunity that we get in the shower when we flick it to the cold setting. So, as you can see, the water's quite steamy. Okay, I'm not thinking about it yet. I'm not worried, I'm not anticipating the cold. I do know it's coming, of course, because I'm about to do it to myself, but I need not spend any more headspace on it than that. Okay, wash, 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 splash, splash, splash. Okay, we're ready for the cold. Now, I'm accustomed to this. I don't necessarily need to breathe so deeply, so meticulously, or so thoughtfully. I can just stand under the cold water, but maybe you might want to take some deep breaths, so into the diaphragm. Okay, and this isn't a pissing contest. You only need to stand under the stream of cold water for 10 or 20 seconds, okay, to reap the maximum benefits. There is nothing to be gained, nothing really to be gained for doing it any longer than that as a beginner. So, here we go. All right, you see, there's the switch. Okay. Freezing cold, coming right at me. Again, Zen, acceptance. Do not oppose it. You cannot oppose it because you're facing it, you're interacting with it right now. Do not contest with what is. Leave it be. There is no right or wrong. It's only a matter of subjective opinion. So if you can eliminate the need and the ego's desire, the cowardice in the mind that wants you to flee and get out of the water, if you can override that, there will be no need to lead to any conclusions about how you're doing, what you're doing is somehow wrong or detrimental, or because that's just your cortex getting in the way. That's just the flight response wanting you to get out of this supposed pain. It's actually not painful at all. Once you spend long enough under the cold water, you'll notice that your body begins to warm up because the brown tissue is becoming burned by its very own internal furnace system. Of course, the metabolic system, right? So it's called thermogenesis. So already I'm becoming quite numb to it, quite impervious. Okay? Splash the face a little bit. By the way, cold water is incredible for encouraging the growth of the hair, but also bolstering the quality of the hair too. So, yeah, the hair really loves cold water, and it can prompt it to grow a little bit faster, and it can accelerate its growth rate. So, splash your face. The main important surface areas in your body you want to get most contact from the cold water is on your back. Okay? Okay, the deep breathing actually adds to the thermic process of warming your own body up. Okay, this being one of the 3 pillars of the Wim Hof technique. This isn't, cold exposure itself isn't necessarily Wim Hof per se, but it is a component of the Wim Hof method. So if you're interested in incorporating also the bulletproof, immovable, insurmountable mindset that you need to conquer this and come up to face with this every single day by will, by way of knowing it's good for you, you're going to learn very quickly how to cope and how to just penetrate difficulty in your life. This is transferable. This is not only exclusive or limited to the shower experience. You're going to take this out into the rest of your day, and all your activities, even your thoughts will become stronger, more, not rigid. You're going to become more flexible actually in your mindset, but the notions in which you truly uphold with your heart are going to become reinforced and galvanized by this. Because it takes a warrior to put himself under cold water voluntarily. And to endorse the principle of not complaining and not fleeing and not giving up before the time has come to do so. Well, these are the features of a person who's resilient and a person who can contend with threats. And as animals, which we are Homo sapiens, we're still animals, we need to do this. It's good for our mind, it's good for our endocrine system, the hormone system. It's very, very good to get that adrenaline pumping through the body, because else we still get the adrenaline pumping, but in the wrong way. We just become overridden with cortisol and stuff like that, then this is the way we can curb stress, and this is the way we can sleep easier as well. This will also help to overcome and surpass insomnia and things of this nature. This is really good for autoimmune as well. I've seen some people with Parkinson's doing water immersion in big ice cold tanks, really ice cold with ice cubes. Sometimes chest freezers that people keep frozen all year round, and they get in their chest freezing cold water every single day, and it's the only way they can get their spastic muscles under control. Cold water truly is a miracle, and I'd highly recommend and endorse you guys trying it for mental health, for physical health, for fat loss, and for the cultivation and galvanization of sheer brute strength and willpower. Whew. That's all from me.